Product. A product for an economy is defined as the result obtained from the production process with a company. Therefore, everything that's produced or what results from the production process is a product. Um, from an economic point of view, a product is everything that it's exchanged in the market. Uh, that's why they are products, but the good of which the company has an inventory or the goods that are already in the possession of customers. Um, it's also considered a product for the economy, everything which an income or an income can be obtained, such as the percentage return that an invest in such a bond can generate. It. In economy, product can be classified into customer products and investment products. Customer products. Customer products are those that are produced with the purpose of satisfying a need on the part of the customer. Apart for this, the most important purpose of any production process, its consumption. For this reason, a direct relationship is maintained between the production and consumption. That's why you cannot consume what has not previously been produced, and scarce resources that are not produced or spent to produce goods which are ultimately not going to be consumed. Indeed, production seeks to generate goods that simplify the lives of the consumers in order to achieve the best satisfaction of the needs that arise in people's daily life. For this reason, products are created that are functional, attractive, that are easily introduced to the market, and that can be obtained at good prices. Characteristics of a consumer product. The characteristic of consumer products are um, they are economic good. Like above all, consumer products are economic goods because they're limited, which implies that scarce resources have been used in their production process, which it's why their production process has a cost, and we cannot produce everything. I mean, which is why their production process has a cost, and we cannot produce everything we need. They are also cheap because they are priced within the market. Um, they can be material or immaterial. Some products are material or tangible consistency, such as a car, a computer, a cell phone. In the same way, there are intangible or immaterial consumer products that we can service, but they also solve the needs such as like education, um, a doctor, um, I don't know, something like that. They have to be produced. Likewise, they have to be produced. This means that the factors of production must be used to be elaborated since companies use inputs, labor, and capital to be able to carry out them. Um, they are exchanged in market. In the same way, to obtain these products, a price must be paid. And this price is established with the interaction of the process of supply and demand. And they are produced by different economic agents. Apart for apart from being produced by different producers, it creates competition in its marketing process in the market, and finally it is the consumer who determines which product will be demanded according to their tastes and preferences. And we have, on the other hand, we have investment products. An investment product, it's any good or service. Sorry. It's any good or service that is used to produce other goods or to create wealth because these products generate income or no, I mean, they generate income. Of course, this help us to understand that not all the products are generated with the economy or for consumption, but that there are other products that have the purpose of increasing the level of production of other consumer products of or making different goods. Um, for example, we can say that steel is a product that can be used to produce a motorcycle, a car. Um, if this vehicle it's for a personal use of a family, this investment product it's intended to produce a greater quality of consumer goods. Now, if the steel is used to make a tractor, that's gonna be used in I don't know in a construction company or to make agricultural work. Um, the investment product is serving to create a new capital good since it will be used to make a production work more efficient. Another way to understand investment products, they can also be considered investment products when a certain amount of money is invested in the financial market to generate a return. These products can be classified as equity products in relation to the variable income product. As its name implies, it produces uh, a diverse performance since it's always changing. In this case, we can mention the performance of the shares that are bought in the stock market, and undoubtedly the performance of the shares in uncertain is uncertain since it can be affected by many variables which can have a position or a positive or negative impact. Therefore, the investment products can be risky, although it could lead to a higher return. Now, what is fixed income products? Uh, as for fixed income products, from the moment that the investor decide to acquire this type of investment, he knows with complete certain that return will be obtained for his acquisition. For this reason, they are the products that present least risk but also produce a lower return. For example, we can mention the acquisition of bonds, whether public or from a private institution. Then I'm going to talk about investment fund products. While investment funds are formed with the contribution of capital for different people who acts as minority invers- minority investors, and then specialized companies negotiate these capitals in order to obtain a greater profit margin that can be obtained if the investment is made in the individual. Then we have derivative products. Consequently, derivative products are called uh, to those whose values depends on another asset that is trade. For example, it would be the case of the future value of gasoline, which will depend on the price of crude oil. And we have hybrid products. The hybrid products receive that name because are products that mix income that is fixed into an income that is variable. The most common example are convertible bonds and preferred shares. Now we have structured products, and finally, unstructured products. Structured products are given when several investment products are joined or put together to their use. So their use is quietly complex for this situation in it's convenient that the person who invests in this type of products clearly know its operation or has advice adequate to take less risk. Now I'm gonna talk about the product life cycle. We know that the importance of the product in the company has leading to try systemize the behavior of the sales of the product through their performance in market. Some remain for a long time, and others have a fleeting duration. Furthermore, during the entire period of stay, the sales do not fluctuate. Are the problems or price, advertising strategies, presumed for demand, and competitors always the same? And also, is it similar for all products? These observations of the situation and phrase that products go through in the market has allowed us to deduce that this travels a path that resemble that of living beings, as happens to the company itself when it's renewed and innovated. We have five stages. It's launch or introduction. We have turbulence, we have increase, maturity, and finally we have decline. Launch or introduce phase. Ultimately, uh, it's the stage where the conception, definition, and experimental period of the product is fixed. Studies said that more than the 70% fail to launch it on the market. It's characterized by low sales volume, great technical, commercial, and communication investment, great effort to fine tune the manufacturing means, difficulties in introducing the product to market, low saturation of its potential market, few buyers, special dedications of the sell team. This phase is characterized by negative profitability due to the large resources that are required to manufacture, launch, and perfect the product compared to the volume of sales that it's achieved. We have the turbulence phase. We could frame this stage as one in which strong upheavals can occur in the product's trajectory, but due to external or market pressures and internally by the company itself in its political and personal struggles. Logically, if you know how to control over the circumstances that produce them, the solution will come soon and we'll start the next strike stage. Uh, as the next phase, we have the growth phase. Once the technical, commercial, and communication efforts, once the technical, commercial, and communication efforts typically of the previous phase, even that of the turbulence, have been over, if they has existed, the products can be manufactured industrially and the market opens, which allows a gradual development of its sales. Um, Here we can find a vertical rise in sales. High percentage are reached in the potential market in its potential market. The manufacturing process has been perfected. Um, Efforts are made to increase production. New competitors begin to appear in increasing numbers. Possible appearance of cash flow difficulties due to the large expansion. Manufacturing costs still high and high price. This phase is characterized by positive profitability that must be reinvested. In this entire to finance growth and its own technical, commercial, and communication efforts, a company that has most of its products in this phase will show unbalanced high profits, but incomprehensively for the shareholder, dividends cannot be distributed since the financial effort requires is very important. Then we have the maturity phase. All products launch policy aims to reach this stage. The main characteristics of which are it's sales continue grow but at a slower phase. Manufacturing techniques are highly sophisticated. Manufacturing costs are lower. Large number of competitors. Sell price it's gonna fall, and we can get like a price struggle. Great commercial effort to differentiate the product. Uh, the profitability is not as high as in the previous phase, but there's a surplus cash since there is no need for large investments, which allowed the distribution of goods, dividends, or investing in other products that are in the first phase of life. And finally, we have the decline phase. With the pass of time, the evolution of customer tastes and needs lead us to this stage. However, not all companies are aware that they have reached it. On the contrary, they are companies that before a product approach this stage, withdraw it from the market at full maturity. In conclusion, this stage is characterized by the fact that profitability continued to decline, although there are usual cash surplus due to the investment. You have to renew or abandon the product. Conclusion of the study of the phases. Placing the products in their phases is without the preliminary and essential step to guide the company's marketing policy. For example, it would be absurd to make a great effort to reduce the cost of a product in the growth phase, when in really reality the efforts must be aimed at reduce what